success, achievement, and opportunity are all directly tied to your effort. What's going on? You're listening to the Perspective Podcast, and I'm your host, Scotty.D.Russell of Perspective Collective. This show is about helping you confidently pursue your creative path while finding a demand for the work you love. I'm obsessed with learning everything I can about creativity, and I want to pass down anything valuable I learned to you. Today's episode is about creating opportunities for yourself, and I want to give you 3 ways to start attracting the results you want. But first off, you just need to realize that opportunities don't come to those who don't take action. Just plain and simple. You can't expect to sit there on your couch and have an opportunity fall right in your lap. It just doesn't work that way. But what if I told you that you were one move away from making a life-changing situation happen? As mentioned earlier, opportunities come to those who are working towards something day in and day out. So all I can do is speak from experience by living by these 3 rules, okay? The 3 ways. The first is being proactive. The second is in investing your effort. And the third is persevering. Now, I've created a ton of opportunities time and time again, and I want to encourage you to start making things happen in your own life. Let's go into the first one, being proactive. You'd be surprised what taking a small initiative could lead to. This could be something as simple as, just leaving an encouraging comment on someone's feed, or messaging or emailing someone your words of gratitude. You could leave a small note or a drawing behind for someone to randomly pick up. Or you could just sincerely compliment someone just to be nice. These aforementioned approaches have blessed me with multiple unseen opportunities, all because I was proactive and I spread some positivity to others. And looking back on it, the best example I can think of recently is Creative South 2015. It was the first year I went all by myself, and it was in the closing ceremony. And as people were going on stage to give old Big Mike Jones a hug, I figured I'm going to go up there, I'm going to introduce myself and let him know just how thankful I was for this amazing experience, because attending Creative South truly changed my life. So I went up there, I introduced myself, gave him a hug, and I told him, Mike, I want to come here and speak for you one day so I can give back to your audience. I didn't really think much of it. He told me, get a hold of me sometime, brother. Specifically, remember that if you don't know Mike Jones, that dude is one of the best human beings on this planet, and he's super talented. But I didn't think much would come of it. Next thing you know, I'm getting a phone call about a couple months before Creative South 16, and he gave me the invitation to speak. I would be the opener on Saturday. And to this day, still one of the biggest moments of my creative career. And I was just completely floored that he gave me this opportunity. And this opportunity only happened because I was proactive. I introduced myself. I built a relationship. So being proactive, that's number 1. Number 2, investing your effort. As you all know, success, achievement, and opportunity are all directly tied to your effort. As my good friend Theodore Roosevelt once said, nothing worth having was ever achieved without effort. But sadly, not everyone feels this way. And it's completely obvious with social media and just how people act in general. We live in this world where people feel so entitled to instant gratification, and they have this skewed view on what an overnight success truly is. It's the whole motivation to create work that can hopefully go viral so you can become the next YouTube star, the next Instagram celebrity or influencer. But many people don't realize it takes years and years of hard work, day in and day out, investing this effort. And if you're like me, the best feeling in life is when you've earned something. And that effort and all that hard work that you invested into something, it attracted the results you desire. And that's what the show is about, is attracting the results you desire. But it doesn't happen without investing effort. And opportunities landing on people's laps and people getting lucky, the only time I can recall an opportunity landing right in my lap was due to the fact that I invested my heart and soul into a given direction. Effort attracts results, and being prepared for an opportunity attracts luck to be on your side. There's no getting lucky about anything. There's no things just landing in your lap for no reason. It's because you invested the time, you invested the effort, and things happen to those who grind, those who work. Moving on to the third way to attract these results, perseverance. In order to reach your goals and create opportunities, the struggle is necessary. I know you've all heard it before, the beautiful struggle. The beautiful struggle, well, it's so true. And just looking back at my story and my life and all the adversity I went through to get here, because there was a time I almost quit art, but I persevered. And I wouldn't be making this podcast if I hadn't. And you got to understand, yeah, things are going to get hard. And you may see these people as overnight successes, these people you look up to, but understand that no one you admire got to where they are without overcoming some kind of obstacle or some kind of adversity. There's going to be plenty of days when it's not convenient to work towards your goals. There's going to be plenty of days where you're just not seeing results and quitting feels like the only option. There's going to be plenty of days where you feel like you're missing out on an opportunity or a temporary moment of happiness that comes with social gathering, trips, or events, okay? We call this FOMO, the fear of missing out. And man, this is probably one of my biggest struggles. You know, I hate that feeling where I'm missing out on a good time or missing out with friends, but I've gotten better at understanding that in order to get to that vision, that dream, that goal of mine, I have to sacrifice, I have to persevere, I have to push through the hard times. And when you experience these hurdles, the only thing you can do is to be persistent and persevere. And looking back at those struggles that I had, the days that I willed my way forward towards that vision seemed to be the days where I received some kind of a sign, an omen, or a signal. Okay, and this omen presents itself that I made the right decision and stayed the course. For example, there are plenty of days where I'm just like, man, blogging's not really going anywhere for me. Am I wasting my time? You know, I could be freeing my time up for some other opportunity. You know, the whole FOMO comes back in. But I stick with it. I show up because I want to be a professional and not a hobbyist who does things when it's convenient. So I persevere, I stick with it, and I get my blog post done in time. You know, I launch it with a drawing each week. And somehow, after I get that all taken care of, published, you know, I'm sitting there just like, man, was that really worth it? I'll get something in my inbox or some kind of message with someone just spontaneously telling me that my words were the perfect thing that they needed to hear right now, or the struggle that I shared is exactly what they're going through, and it gave them a little glimmer of hope or a little glimmer of inspiration, motivation to just keep working forward. And then it dawns on me, like, it's not about getting the most subscribers. It's not about the metrics of likes and followers, shares. It's not about any of that. You know, it's about inspiring other people to do the work that inspires them. And I got that quote from Simon Sinek, but it's so true, okay? I want to help inspire other people to do the work that inspires them, and I want to help you on your creative path. I want you to persevere. And like I said, with these signals and persevering, it's moments like this when someone just gives me a nice message telling me that what I'm doing is actually making a difference in their lives. It indicates that I'm heading in the right direction, okay? And the struggle is worth it, okay? The struggle is always worth it. Don't ever forget this. So it's time to start creating opportunities for yourself. If you're starting to take your creativity seriously, you know, listening to this podcast and sharing and putting out your work, and you want a thriving career, you can't expect things to happen when you're consuming hours of Netflix or playing video games. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm all about, you know, a nice TV series. I just watched Stranger Things recently, and wow, that was amazing. I'm all about Breaking Bad and Walking Dead. I like cat videos. I like all that stuff, but even Pokemon Go. But I had to kill it. I had to delete Pokemon Go because I was playing too much, and it was holding me back from getting this podcast started. And you can't expect these opportunities to find you when you're out there playing games and watching tons of TV and you're not consuming the right things. So understand, you have the ability to attract the results you desire. And for me, this is done through putting in the effort, being proactive, and persevering. If you want something bad enough, prove it to yourself and get to work. Because opportunities come to those who are taking action. So start attracting the results you want and start creating your own opportunities, okay? You can't rely on other people. Now, my whole goal with this podcast is just to keep these quick and punchy little episodes. I don't want to talk your ear off. I want to respect your time because I am so thankful and grateful for your ears right now, for your engagement, any encouragement you say, any feedback. You know, I'm always open to get better. This may not be the greatest right now, but in a year from now, it's going to be so much better. In a year from there, it's going to continue to get better because I love doing this stuff. I love waking up each day, having something to work towards. And that's why I do this. I do this not only for my personal growth, but to help you see that you have this untapped potential and your creativity can make a difference in other people's lives. So if you want to find me online, you can go to perspective-collective.com And you can see not only my work, you can access my blog, you can access podcast episodes with show notes, but I also have a one-stop shop resource page where you can get any kind of tools that I use for my drawings, any kind of books that I read, audiobooks, hardcover books, every podcast I consume. You know, I'm just an open resource. I want to help you guys get to where you want to be. Also, if you're digging this show, I know I'm early into these episodes, but leave a review, leave some kind feedback. I would love to be discovered, but I know I need to earn it, and I will earn it. I'm going to show up each day. But if you're ever feeling this episode, feel free to give me a review or, you know, shoot me an email, some kind of feedback. I'm always open to getting better, as I mentioned. And I'd like to also thank Blookah for all the amazing music that you will always hear on this show. Blookah is by Nick Jenkins, and you can find him on SoundCloud with tons of free downloads by Blookah. Blookah. Again, I just want to thank you for your time. Keep showing up, keep moving forward, and keep creating, guys. Thank you.